Hey, what's up, Hello News family? Welcome to another episode of the Can We Talk podcast. Our podcast, our show where we talk to dope people in the community doing dope things. And today is no different. I'm so excited to have our next guest on. She's doing some really cool things in the fashion space and the blogging space. And I want you to learn all about her story. So without further ado, I would love to welcome to the show, Kenia. Hey, did I get your name right? Kenia or Kanaya? What is it?
It's actually Kenya, like the country.
Oh, Kenya, look at me.
Yes,
I'm
yes, yes.
sorry. I usually
It's
ask that
okay.
before we jump on, but
No problem.
I just rolled with it. So,
No worries.
welcome to the show, Kenya.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. You are beautiful, and that just, goes to show why you're in the fashion space. And
Thank
so,
you.
without further ado, I want to jump right into it. How did you get into the fashion blogging space?
Well, I don't know. I kind of just jumped into it, honestly. I was posting, my normal fashion things, and then the influencing came about, and then companies started reaching out to me. Hey, like we would love for you to promote our brand and da da da. And I'm like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Like I'm not a model. I've never like done this before. And then I got really good at it. I got really comfortable in posting in like my own like craft and my own niche. And so that's really all I do. I just post things that I love to post, like my fashions and my style. So, yeah, that's the best way I can describe what happened there.
I love it. And I found you, a couple of months back and we started following you and I thought it was really dope. Like your content, you're beautiful. And I was like, oh, she's from Miami. Like we definitely have to have her on the show. For anybody who wants to get into fashion blogging and being an influencer, what advice would you give them?
Well, I would say consistency is the most important thing. And I know that's kind of cliche because everyone says, oh, just be consistent because, life still happens. Like we still, have obligations. We still have other things going on in our lives. Like we have a lot of things going on, but we still have to make time to make the content. So in my case, if I'm not like specifically being sponsored by a brand, I just make my life, my content. So I'll make myself breakfast. I'm like, oh, I can record this or cleaning my bathroom, doing my laundry. People love to see you doing mundane things aesthetically. So I think that's what I kind of just ran with. So I'm like, everything is content. If I'm walking my dogs, if I'm taking the trash out, people want to see that for some reason. So just keep posting. That's what I have to say.
I love it. And if you got a body like that, you should definitely be posting in your swimsuit.
Oh my gosh,
No,
thank
you're
you.
dope. Look at it. You guys, if you're looking at the screen, you can see Kenya there. She's did a recent swimwear haul, and so she has some really dope looks on. But that's definitely the name of the game. So thank you for that advice that you gave everyone. I want to
Of
know,
course.
so tell us a little bit about your entrepreneurial journey. Um, do you have any lines or any business things that you're doing in addition to fashion blogging? Let us know about that.
Yes. So right now I'm kind of working on a trip with a company called Want to Trip. We are hosting a trip to Indonesia this summer at the end of July, and I'm really excited about it. Don't really know how I got into that space either. I do travel, but not like I'm not a travel blogger per se. I love to go on trips and I love to record my journeys. And so they were like, "Hey, we think you would be an awesome candidate for this opportunity." So it's influencer hosted trips. So me
Mm.
being an influencer, I would be the host and I would invite all of my friends, followers to come join me on these awesome vacations. So that's my next biggest thing. And I'm really excited to kind of curate that trip and to go to Bali. First of all, that's my furthest vacation
Nice.
thus far.
That's amazing. And I think, it's really amazing what you can do in this digital space and influencer space and just create this lane and this niche for yourself. So that's kudos to you. For you, what does that big picture of entrepreneurship looks like for you? Like, how do you want to take this to the next level?
Oh my gosh. I think the end goal for me, I just want to be recognized for my talent. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people, always comment, oh my gosh, you're so beautiful. And, I appreciate that, but I want people to know that I'm more than just that. You know what I mean? I'm really smart. I'm an educated Black woman, like from Florida. Like we have so much more to offer than just our faces. And I think that kind of gets lost being an influencer. Like everything is like so pretty, but I like to share other things that's happening in my life as well. So like if I'm not feeling so good, if I'm depressed, mental health,
Mm.
physical health, emotional health, like all of that stuff, I want people to know that, I'm pretty well rounded as a person.
I love that. And then having like content that's geared towards like health and wellness as well as like this
Yes.
beauty and fashion side. I think that's really
Mm.
dope and it's so needed right now. Um, I love that. Here at Hilo News, we like to connect our audience with the local community. Hilo is short for hyperlocal. So tell us about your upbringing. Where are you originally from? Tell us about your ethnicity and how that influenced you right now in your career.
Well, I have a pretty interesting story. So my dad's family is here from Miami. My mom's family is from upstate Florida in like Jacksonville, and some from Georgia too. Both of my parents are Black, but my dad is Hispanic. He's Cuban. So
I
they
can hear
got together and
a
made
little bit
me.
of an accent. So I'm gonna ask you that next. Are you Afro Latina?
Yes, but my dad does not speak fluent Spanish at all. So the Spanish that I know comes from my friends, other family members, my coworkers, other people in the space. But yeah, I mean, that's our upbringing, and I love it here. We actually just moved back to Miami 2 years ago. I got married 9 years ago,
Oh,
and
congrats.
my husband was in the Navy. Thank you. So we moved around quite a bit. So being back in Florida is definitely a breath of fresh air because some of the other states I've lived are not as nice. You know, that Florida vibe,
Mhm.
it's
Yes.
very like, it's vacation every day. So being outside of that is kind of like culturally different.
Mhm. What would you say about the fashion industry in Miami and your views on it? And do you see like opportunities for, Black women, women of color? I would love to know your insight on that.
So being back here, and then being an influencer in Miami, I feel like it's opened a lot of doors for women who look like me. So I met kind of a really great group of girls, and they're all women of color who are in the same space as me. So anytime we do events, I make sure to tell my friends like, "Hey, there's this event going on. Like, reach out to this person and see if you can get on the PR list. Hey, there's a event going on. Would you like to come with me? Like, I have connections in this area, in this area." I try to bring as many people to our space as possible because even though I am Afro Latina, I feel like looking the way that I look, we are not in those spaces where traditional Latinas are, because they just think that we're Black, which is fine. But I think that there needs to be more representation from us in those spaces.
Oh, I love it. And I love that you're like building this collaborative of beautiful Black women and the models. So again, kudos to you. Who would
Thank
you say
you.
are some of your no, you're welcome. Who would you say are some of your fashion influences? Are there any brands or any models that you're like, man, this is inspiration, this is motivation for me?
Mm, Brands. That's a tough question. I follow a lot of Instagram girlies and I don't really know like their names, but like if I see them scrolling on Instagram, I'm like screenshot, screenshot, screenshot. You know what I mean? Because I that's where I think I kind of got my collaborative style from, if you will. Like I kind of take pieces of everything else and I kind of put my own spin on it. So some big brands that I kind of look forward to working with are like Oh Polly, Princess Polly, Meshki, J Lux Label, all of these like little brands. And then of course I work with PLT, so that's one of my favorite brands.
Nice. That's what's up. I really, enjoyed your story. And, to me, I'm always interested, especially as someone who works in media, like how do people get their start and what that journey is for them. And, I feel like there's more than one way to skin a cat. So your entry into this is, pretty interesting. Before I let you go, can you let people know we definitely want them to follow you, want our audience to follow you. What can they expect when they come to your page? Like, what is that vibe that you're creating? And even too, when they come to one of your events.
Well, I'm a very fun person. Okay, I feel like on my page, I used to only like post like business. If I'm doing a sponsorship, it needs to be super like cut and dry, like super to the point. But now I feel like for the past 2 years, I've been posting like, okay, look, this is who I am. I'm super fun. I love to dance. I love to make silly faces. I love to post bloopers because nothing in life is perfect. So I like to show people how imperfect I am, if that makes any sense. And people love to see it. So, yeah.
Yeah. And I also posted your promo for your Bali trip. So I definitely want you to plug
Yes.
that again and let people
Yes,
know
yes.
like they need to come and go on this trip with you. It looks amazing. I wish I could go.
Yes, yes. So I'm co-hosting this trip with one of my bestest friends. Her name is Kenia, and we are going at the end of July. It's the last 10 days of July. Remember, Bali is very far, so it takes about a day and a half to get there and a day and a half to get back. We have 10 slots open for anyone who wants to come. So I'll leave the link here. It's on my page as well as in my link tree. So you just sign up, you pre-book for the trip, and then you go through a short interview process with me. And then if you're approved, you get to come with us on this awesome vacation.
I love it, love it, love it. I love a queen out here doing her thing, being an entrepreneur, making an impact. And you're from Miami. I love it, love it, love it. And also, too, we wanted our audience is for Black and Brown millennials. So I love the fact that you have that intersection of like the cultures and the communities as well. So thank you for allowing us to be able to represent your community and your ethnicity here as well. Anything that you would like to add before I let you go, or anything that you feel like we didn't touch on?
No, I think we hit all the buttons. My Instagram is Bella Merlot _ Merlot, like the wine, because you know.
Yeah,
I also have a
definitely.
YouTube channel called Ciao Bella TV, so catch me there as well.
Cool. I got it up on the screen for you guys. You can see her Instagram. Definitely follow her. And there's a link tree there for you guys to get the information on how to follow her. And again, before I let you go, let me just let you plug again. How can people follow you and connect with you if they want to learn more, if they want to follow you, if they want to get fashion tips and, learn about the trips and events that you're
Yes,
doing?
of course. Instagram is where I post the most. Second most is TikTok. I post all of my funny videos there, funny,
Okay.
dancing, fashion hauls. I also do like Miami, top places to go in Miami that are free, that are worth the money, that are overrated. Just giving people the truth about all of this happening in Miami because, it's different when you live here.
Mm-hmm.
So I just try to give people like realistic expectations when they go out and spend $1,000 on a meal.
Yes. Oh, we got to repost some of that. Look, you're a friend of the
Yes.
show. Let us know if you have upcoming events, initiatives, brand launches, things that our audience should know about. Please come back. I would love to do follow-ups with you. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule
Yes,
to
thank
speak with us and
you.
share your story and your entrepreneurial journey. I really appreciate it. And you're like a different type of story that we get to tell. So I think people are really going to be interested to learn from you. So thank you so much.
Yay, thank you for having me. This was awesome.
Of course, of course. Look, guys, this has been another amazing episode of Can We Talk Podcast, our show where we talk to dope people. And you see, Kenya is super dope. It's super beautiful. Guys, make sure you head to hillonewsmiami.com. We'll have this interview up there as well with links to Kenya's page as well, so you can follow her and subscribe to her YouTube and TikTok and, of course, Instagram. Also, too, while you're there, subscribe to our email newsletter. Follow us as well for all the news dedicated to Black and Brown millennials out here. Thank you again for watching. Thank you, Kenya, so much for your time. And we'll
Welcome.
see you next time. Peace.
Bye.